So, good morning everyone. Hi, my name is Diana Yorbillo. So, for today's video, may pag-uusapan tayong 5 mental disorders. So, yung una na doon is apathy. So, yung apathy is a lack of motivation na gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay or wala kang pakialam sa nangyayari sa paligid mo. So, apathy can be a symptoms of mental health problems like Parkinson disease or Alzheimer disease. So, yung term na yun is nanggaling sa Greek word na pathos, which means passion or emotion, and apathy is a lack of those feelings. So, ibig sabihin, wala ka nang nararamdaman. Like, yung mga bagay na nakakapagpasaya sa'yo is ngayon, hindi na nakakapagbigay ng saya ngayon. And wala ka ng motivation na i-achieve yung goals mo. So, next na pag-uusapan is yung treatment sa apathy. So, according to my research, this is written by WebMD and medically reviewed by Javin Begum, an MD. So, yung apathy daw is mahirap i-diagnose and i-treat, pero may mga ways para i-manage siya. So, yung unang doon is yung pag-take ng drugs na tinatawag na cholinesterase inhibitors. Sunod naman is yung antidepressants, pero hindi siya masyadong nakakatulong and pwede pa niyang palalain yung apathy. So, pwede naman nila i-try yung mga tips na sasabihin ko. Yung una is yung push yourself out to get out and spend time with friends even if you don't feel like going. Do things you used to love like going to concert or watching movies with loved ones. Next is take a music or art therapy class, which have been shown to help with apathy. Next is try to exercise every day. Next is break big tasks into smaller ones so that you feel a sense of accomplishment. Next is reward yourself whenever you finish an activity. Next is get plenty of sleep each night. Next is join a support group for people with empathy. So, yun lang yung i-discuss ko with apathy. Next naman is anxiety. So, anxiety. So, yung anxiety is a natural emotion, pero pwede siya makapag-cause ng physical symptoms katulad ng shaking and sweating. Anxiety disorders form a category of mental health diagnosis that led to excessive nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry. So, according to American Psychological Association or APA, ang anxiety daw ay isang emotion characterized by feelings of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes like increased blood pressure. So, next is yung treatment na. So, according to my research, this is written by Adam Feldman, medically reviewed by Bethany Dewey and Saidi. So, yung treatment daw is nagko-consist of psychotherapy, behavioral therapy, and medication. So, pwede naman tayo mag-treat ng anxiety disorder sa bahay lang without clinical supervision. Pero, baka hindi siya effective para sa mga severe or long-term anxiety disorders. So, yung una is yung stress management. So, kailangan marunong tayo mag-manage ng stress natin. Like, mag-cope ng stress, ganon. Then, next is relaxation techniques. So, una na dyan is yung meditation. Sunod naman is maintaining support network. So, kailangan may mga emotional supports ka like families or friends. Ganon. Then, sunod is physical exercise. So, kailangan ma-maintain natin yung healthy body natin. Next is counseling. So, yung counseling is a standard way of treating anxiety is psychological counseling. So, include na doon yung cognitive behavioral therapy, psychotherapy, or a combination of therapies. Sunod naman is medication. So, ito yung mga medicine na pwedeng makapag-control sa physical and mental symptoms ng anxiety. So, una na dyan is antidepressants. Sunod is benzodiazepines and tricyclic antidepressants. So, yun yung info about anxiety. So, next yung paranoia. So, yung paranoia is ito yung feeling mo na tinethreaten ka in some way, such as people watching you or acting against you kahit wala ka naman talagang proof na totoo yun. So, yung paranoia is parang nag-overthink ka sa mga bagay-bagay na wala namang kasiguraduhan kung mangyayari talaga. So, according to my research that is written by Paul Frisch and medically reviewed by Jennifer Casarella, an MD. So, ito yung treatments na pwedeng makatulong sa paranoia. So, kapag nawawala ka na ng touch or ng sense of reality, a doctor or mental health professional is the best place to start. Pero kung nasasabi hindi pa naiiwalay yung thoughts mo sa reality, ito yung mga bagay na pwedeng makatulong. So, ang una is, it's important to have a healthy balanced diet, exercise, and get plenty of sleep. So, yun yung una niya. And then next naman is kapag kahit wala kang mental illness, kapag yung paranoid or irrational thoughts mo ay nakakaabala sa mga ginagawa mo, pwede kang kumausap ng mga social worker, psychologist, or psychiatrist. Talk therapy, or some kind of medication could help you feel better. So, sabi sa research ko, yung mga people daw na napaparanoid is hindi kumukuha ng treatment or hindi nagpapatreatment kasi hindi nila nare-realize na yung thoughts nila is unrealistic na. So, yun lang yung about sa paranoia. And then, yung next naman is OCD or Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. So, Obsessive Compulsive Disorders or OCD. So, isa itong mental illness na nagkakos ng repeated unwanted thoughts or sensation. Ito yung obsessions. Yung compulsions naman is ito yung nagbibigay ng urge na gumawa ng bagay ng paulit-ulit. So, merong mga tao na merong obsession at compulsion. So, yung OCD is hindi siya about sa pagkagat ng labi or pag-iisip ng negative thoughts. An obsessive thought might be that certain numbers or colors are good or bad. A compulsive habit might be to wash your hands 7 times after touching something that could be dirty. So, yun yung obsessive tsaka compulsive. So, lahat ng tao is merong habits at thoughts na paulit-ulit, diba? Pero yung mga taong may OCD ay meron silang thoughts or action na take up at least an hour a day, are beyond your control, aren't enjoyable, interfere with work, your social life, or another part of life. Then, according to my research, this is written by Lisa Fields, and that is medically reviewed by Danny P. Baby, an MD. Yung diagnosis ng OCD is, yung mga doctors is gagawa ng physical exam and blood test to make sure something else isn't causing your symptoms. pag-uusapan rin nila yung feelings mo, yung thoughts and habits mo. Then, treatment naman is ito yung mga pwedeng makatulong sa OCD. So, sabi is there's no cure for OCD, but you may be able to manage how your symptoms affect your life through medicine, therapy, or a combination of treatments. So, yung una is psychotherapy. So, ang psychotherapy is yung cognitive behavioral therapy can help change your thinking patterns. The next naman is relaxations. So, simple things like meditation, yoga, and massage can help with stressful OCD symptoms. Next naman is medication. Psychiatric drugs called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors help many people control obsessions and compulsions. The next naman is neuromodulation. In rare cases, when therapy and medication aren't making enough of a difference, your doctor might want to talk to you about devices that change the electrical activity in a certain area of your brain. So, yun yung mga pwedeng makatulong sa OCD natin, sa OCD ng mga tao. And next naman is seasonal affective disorder. So, yung last is seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression. So, isa itong mood disorder na nangyayari every year at the same time. So, kunwari, sa gantong year at the month of February, may mood ako na ganito. Then, the next year, sa month ulit ng February, may mood na naranasan ko ulit yung mood na ganon. Then, next year ulit, ganon ulit. Next year ulit, ganon ulit. So, ganon yung seasonal affective disorder. It is a rare form of seasonal depression known as summer depression. Begins in late spring or early summer and ends in fall. In general, though, seasonal affective disorder starts in fall or winter and ends in spring or early summer. So, doon na tayo sa diagnosis. According to my research, this is written by Deborah Fulghum Bruce, and PhD, and medically reviewed by Smita Bandari, an MD. So, sa diagnosis niya, so the main feature of SAD is that your mood and behavior shift along with the calendar. Then, kapag, so, itong mga symptoms na to is, may ACD ka na kapag sa 2 years, meron kang depression or mania that start as well as ends during a specific season. You didn't feel these symptoms during your normal seasons, then last over your lifetime, you had more seasons with than without depression or mania. Then, sa treatment naman, yung treatment is nagkakaiba depende sa severe ng symptoms mo. Then, yung type ng treatment is depende kung meron kang another type of depression or bipolar disorder. So, yung unang treatment is traditional antidepressants are often used to treat seasonal depression. Bupropion XL is currently the only medication that is FDA approved specifically to prevent major depressive episode in people with SAD. Tapos, madaming doctors na na-recommend na yung mga taong may ACD is get outside early in the morning to get more natural light. If this is impossible because of the dark winter months, antidepressants, medications, or light therapy or phototherapy may help. So, next naman is yung prevention niya. Spend some time outside every day, even when it's cloudy. So, yung effects ng daylight is nakakatulong pa rin. Kapag masyado namang cold, i-open mo yung mga blinds natin or window, then dun ka umupo para maarawan ka. The next is eat a well-balanced diet. So, makakatulong to para magkaroon ka ng energy. And kapag nag-crave ka ng kahit nag-crave ka ng starchy or sweet foods. The next is exercise for 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. Then last is stay involved with your social circles and regular activities. Social support is very important. So, yun yung mga ways para makatulong dun sa seasonal affective disorder. So, yun na yung pinakalas ng mental disorder na i-discuss ko. So, thank you for watching. See you again. Bye-bye!